Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At InChain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Haha. Good afternoon, everyone. It looks like we are live at 5 and we are on fire. Right, let's just jump straight into things, shall we? Yeah, so it looks like we've got Binance and Ampool with, or should we say Bitmain, you know, with almost 50% of the B shit network. And here we go. Yeah, all these big players. So yeah, F2 Pool. Pooling, BTC.com, the biggest player of them all, just showing their hand as a gesture on this Bitcoin network. We will keep an eye on this, ladies and gentlemen. All will be revealed. So let's just have a quick look at the price chart. Oh, the price chart. Sorry about that. Let's just go into USD for our friends across the pond. Bitcoin. Look at this. Up and down, another thing, up and down like a horse draws today. Today's episode discusses the importance and significance of the word cash in the title of the white paper, and so I'm gonna use this as the thumbnail of my show. So I often, I would hear Craig, giving talks about Bitcoin, saying, and emphasizing the fact that it is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, and he was making a big deal of the word cash, and it just, I suppose, when you don't really understand what cash or money implies, it just didn't really make too much sense to me. I did a little bit of research on it. Actually spoke to a Leeds University economics professor who, when I was just talking about cash, cash is the most liquid form of money. And again, it still didn't really sink in as to the implications of it. I was just like, okay, well, it's the most liquid form of money, and there are other forms of money, like checks and postal orders and, all that kind of, trade. Cash is the most liquid, but and this is the point that I've only just sort of like, I'm being a little bit slow off the mark, has just dawned on me. Cash, the implications of cash being money. Now, money, in order to be, shall we say, like legitimate money, not the fiat currency that we refer to, that I was thinking about as being cash, We are talking about real money, commodity money. Money that no one or no single authority has any control over. So in order for it to be genuine cash, like it's mentioned in the white paper, no one can have control of it. Because if they did have control of it, it would just simply be a security or a token, like fiat currency is. It's a token on gold. It's printed by the central bank. You have a central point of authority that can just simply press the print button. You know, that it's totally centralized and controlled. And I was like, actually, cash means all sorts of things. It means neutral. It means decentralized. It means, what's the other word I'm thinking of? Neutral, decentralized, unowned. As I was chatting with Jackson last year about, we were like, yeah, that's a good description. Unowned. And the first 10 years of Bitcoin have been all about this. So whereas, for example, gold is already in the ground, it's already relatively evenly distributed. No one person has particular control over it. It is a mineral, it's a metal that is mined and can be extracted, that has a useful purpose. Whereas cryptocurrency is man-made. So the question, has to be, how can this be a cash system if it has this central point of authority? And so this is how Satoshi, as in Craig, has done this. The first 10 years have been all about decentralization. How is it you can take something that has a centralized starting point, which is the central point of authority, control, and influence, and turn it into something that is not controlled by anyone? And this is what it's all about: growth. It's all about dilution of this central point. And it cannot be a cash system without this process of dilution that has taken over 10 years to do. Which makes me laugh when I see posts about, XRP and, all these pre-mined currencies and proof of stake and, IOTA's Tangle and, Hedra Hashgraph. They are not cash systems because they are centrally controlled. That is it. They cannot say that they are cash systems. Whereas that's what made me realize. I was like, wow, this is it. Bitcoin, an electronic peer-to-peer cash system. This is what Blockstream don't get. By breaking that chain of signatures, it means that they have control of the network. It is now a permissionless. It is now a permission-based network. As in, like, Vitalik Buterin had to go to Blockstream and say, excuse me, Blockstream, can I build Ethereum on top of your network? No, you can't. All right, see you later. That is not a cash system. A cash system is something that literally anybody can build on. It is permissionless. And so on a system, people might say, oh, Craig and Calvin control BSV. No, they don't. They are just simply maintaining a system that no one can control. And this point was actually brought up in the debate that Daniel Krawitz had yesterday with Truthcoin, whatever his name was. And he said that BSV would not fork. As in, like, the protocol will not fork. Everybody in BSV, I think most people at least, understands that it is something that no one can control, and that's where it gets its value, from its neutrality. So therefore, like, no one can control it. This system will just simply be maintained. Like, that is where the value is. It will, if somebody did come along, say, for example, like Blockstream, like B Crashers and Amory and Roger Ver, trying to control it, they are effectively taking the value out of that system immediately and crashing it to zero. And I don't just mean, like, crashing it to a low point like 0.1. I mean literally absolute zero. Fundamentally zero. Like, worth absolutely nothing. And so, again, all these other shitcoins just simply have a speculative price. And the speculative price is against the fundamental value of Bitcoin. That's what people are betting against. So they have an idea that Bitcoin could be worth millions and millions and millions. Which one is it going to be? Oh, I don't know. Nobody understands this crap. But somebody else just brought out a shitcoin the other day called Polka Dotalotta. And they said there's like multi-chains on that. Oh, that sounds good. I think I'll put some money in that one. Oh, and this other one sounds good. I think I'll put some money in that as well. And Roger seems like a good bloke. He's got a nice smile. He talks eloquently. Oh, I think I might put some money in that as well. Like, unbelievable. I saw an interview recently with Tim Draper being questioned about whether or not he did actually purchase some Bitcoin Cash. And let's actually just have a look at this. I commented because Snektoshi commented as well about the ignorance of him. Let's just see if I can find it. I know it's in my feed somewhere. So it said Argo H1 2020 report shows growth despite May's Bitcoin halving. So Sushi token exit scammer returns money. Well. Charlie Lee, you going to do the same? Fancy returning your money? No, I don't think so. You know, it's nuts. I mean, this is why Charlie Lee, and this is ridiculous. If it was money and it had fundamental value, you would just simply keep your value there. But Charlie Lee exit scammed out into dollar, which loses 3% a year on average because it's centrally controlled, it's infinitely inflated. Like, why would you see? He obviously knew that Litecoin was absolute bollocks. And we all know that. We all know it. It's ridiculous. Charlie Lee, why are you holding dollar instead of Litecoin? When dollar's guaranteed to lose value and Litecoin is fixed in supply. Is that because you knew it was an absolute load of crap? Yes, I think so. Honestly, it's a joke. You can laugh all day at shitcoiners. It's quite interesting. So this is about the patents. So it says here, has Jack Dorsey's Square Crypto realised they need BSV? So on that note, it is time to ding a dong, people. Let's do this. Let's get it on. Right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Same time tomorrow as ever. And be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy given. Catch you all tomorrow. See you later. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity, free for the next 15 hours. Go to www.satoshi.tv.